Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Please, I want to see your comments if you can hear me. All right, I believe you all can hear me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're connecting from. I want to believe you can hear me now. Okay, so you're welcome to today's live stream. Today is 29th of May. If you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, please drop it in the comment section. So today is 29th of May, and we are expecting two major news from the United States by 1:30 p.m. Prelim GDP, that's gross domestic product, and unemployment claims will be released by 1:30 p.m. And for prelim GDP, the previous was 0.3, the forecast is 0.3. So they are not expecting any decrease or increase on this on GDP. Okay, then on unemployment claims, the previous was 227K and the forecast is 229. So they're expecting an increase from 227 to 229. Okay, so wait for the actual data to be released. Then by 8 p.m. Nigerian time, Bank of England Governor Bailey speaks. Okay, we're expecting a speech from the Governor of Bank of England by 8 p.m. Okay, and since we're expecting a major news from the US, I would like to wait for this news to be released before trading dollar pairs. Okay, I'd like to wait for this news. I would advise you wait for this major news. GDP is a major news. Wait for it to be released before you trade USD pairs. Let's go to the chart. So we'll start by looking at dollar index. If you have any question, any pair you want me to analyze, let me know. So let's start with the daily on dollar index. So as you can see, since the market opened, dollar index has been bearish. The dollar has been weak. Price came tested. I think we had a fair value gap. Let's go down to 4-hour. At this point, I think price pulled back to test or to fill a fair value gap. So on 4-hour, you can see we had this fair value gap on 4-hour. Okay, this fair value gap has not been filled. Okay, this fair value gap has not been filled on 4-hour. I would like to see this fair value gap get filled before selling dollar. I would like to see this fair value gap get filled before selling the dollar. My bias on the dollar still remains bearish. Okay, so see that price pulls back, play the liquidity residing at this previous high, or it pulls back to fill this fair value gap. These are the areas I will be considering selling the dollar today. I want to see price pull back. So this fair value gap. This is where I'll be considering going bearish. It's either price pulls back to this zone or price comes to play the liquidity residing at this previous high. Okay, so the candlestick pattern that forms after this gap gets filled will determine if I will go bearish. And if price breaks out from this fair value gap, it means they will go for the liquidity that is residing at this previous high. Okay, so that's my expectation on the dollar. My bias still remains bearish on the dollar. Okay, so that's what I'm looking out for on the dollar. This fair value gap and also this previous highs. That is where I will consider selling the dollar. My bias still remains bearish. I hope that is clear. Dollar is bearish at the moment, but price needs to pull back. Price needs to pull back. Okay. And for yen baskets, let's see yen baskets. So on yen basket, let's start with the daily. Okay. So the fair value gap we had, I think it has filled this fair value gap on the daily time frame. We had a fair value gap here. It has filled that fair value gap. Okay, yeah. Okay. Price has come to test this fair value gap. So let's go down to 4 hour. Let's see the pattern we had on 4 hour. What we have on 4 hour at the moment. Let's see. Okay, so this is a good pattern. This is a bullish pattern on 4 hour. This is a bullish pattern on 4 hour. Okay. I would like to see price retrace. Okay. I would like to see price retrace. To buy yen, I would like to see price retrace. I think it has created a fair value gap here. Okay, if I want to take any risk, I'd like to see it retrace. Let me go down to 15 minutes. Okay, so I would like to see it retrace. We have a tiny fair value gap here. Yeah, this would be areas I will be considering buying the yen. Okay, this area, or they might still want to come clear the liquidity residing at this previous low. So the candlestick pattern that forms after this gap gets filled. If a bullish reversal pattern forms after this gap gets filled, I will buy the yen. So I need to see a reversal before buying the yen. Okay, yen is bullish, but I need to see a reversal to this zone. If price breaks out from this fair value gap, it's likely they will come for this liquidity. So after the liquidity gets swept, then I can look for my buy on yen basket. That's what I see playing out on yen basket. There's going to be a reversal before it continues with its bullish move. Okay, so that's it for the yen basket. So let's look at currency pairs. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section if you have any question, any pair you want me to analyze. Let me know in the comment section. So let's look at GBP USD. So if I'm considering selling the dollar, I should be looking for buys on. I should look for buys on GBP USD. So let's start with the daily. So you can see it's like GBP USD is set for the buy. It's set for the buy. You can see on a daily time frame, GBP USD just filled this fair value gap. Okay, GBP USD just filled this fair value gap. Let's go down to 4 hour. So on 4 hour, you can see the fair value gap. We had this fair value gap on 4 hour, and GBP USD has filled that fair value gap. You can see, and there's been a strong rejection from that zone. Also came to test this mitigation block. We had the mitigation block here. Came to test this mitigation block. You can see. Okay, so you can see that. So this is a buy setup on GBP USD. GBP USD is set for buy. Okay, it's set for buy, but I am waiting for a reversal on GBP USD. A lot of retail traders would have jumped into buy now, and they will definitely go for their stop losses. They will definitely go for their stop losses. A lot of retail traders have entered buy after the formation of this doji. After the formation of this armor, a lot of retail traders would have bought, and I think they would come for their stop losses. So I want to see price pull back. You can see it has created a fair value gap here. Okay, it has created a fair value gap here. So I would like to see price pull back. Let me go down to 15 minutes. Okay, so you can see this fair value gap on 15 minutes. This fair value gap. You can see this fair value gap. That's the gap between the high of this candle and the low of this candle. This is where I would be considering buying GBP USD. This is where I'll be considering buying GBP USD. And I see GBP USD selling from the current market price. Okay, it's a pullback. Okay, I see it's selling from the current market price. If you want to take this trade, you want to set your stop loss at this point. Okay, so from the current market price to that level, that's about just on 9 pips. Yeah, 9 pips. The stop loss should be at this level, 9 pips. And you could set your TP. Let's see, this is reversal trade, please. Reversal. That should be like 24 pips. So you can just risk maybe 10 pips to make 20 pips. It's a short trade, okay? It's reversal. So I see it's dropping to this zone. I see it dropping to this zone. Let me sell it. Let me take this trade, sell. Let me use 10,000 units. That's 0.1. 0.1. Okay. My stop loss. Few minutes, please. Stop loss 1.3474. 1.3474. 1.3474. Few minutes, guys. 3474. Take profit. 1 point, let me say 1.3440. 1.3440. 3440. Okay, that's about 26 pips. Okay, let's see. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. A few minutes, guys. This should be CP 1.3440 and down CP stop loss. Few minutes, guys. GBP card, Australian dollar, USD. Okay, we'll look at that in a few minutes. Okay, so sell. Okay, so that's my take on GBP USD. This sell is a short sell, please. It's a short sell. Long term is bullish. You could either wait for price to pull back to this zone before you look for your buy. But with what we have here, there are a lot of stop losses residing at these lows. All these lows, there are a lot of stop losses. So there's a high probability to read all the stop losses here, all the liquidity here. They're going to come for it. So I think it's after liquidity gets swept, that's when I will consider buying. I want to see the liquidity residing at these lows swept before I will buy GBP USD. Okay, so this sell is just like, I'm just going for like 20 pips. 20 pips. Okay, so that's it. Let's see Euro USD. Euro Okay. Okay, I believe you guys can hear me now. Okay, so Euro USD, so you can see on Euro USD we had this fair value gap on Euro USD. This is daily. The time gap here. So we had a fair value gap here, and I think that gap has been filled. You can see the fair value gap we had on our visitor value gap. Price tested that fair value gap, so I think it's going to retest it. You can see at this point it didn't fill it. It didn't fill the fair value gap. Liquidity reserve on this previous low, but it did fill this fair value gap. So I think that's going to fill this gap bullish. I think it's going to fill bullish. That's my position on Euro USD. Now let's go down to 1 hour. So we have now. Okay, you can see on 1 hour it's 15 minutes. So on we had this fair value gap. If I would risk buying Euro USD, I want to see price pull back to fill this fair value gap. Okay, this is where I will see price pull back. Also, as you can see, stop losses residing at this low. There's a high probability they will come for these lows. Okay, so me buying from this and relatively poor, so maybe let's come my position and a bullish platforms buying it. Okay, with 50% of my lot size from this point, and if price keeps going down, depend on with the remaining lot size. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna trade USD. See price dropping to this zone and probably coming for this liquidity. That's what I see playing out on Euro USD. That's what I see playing out on Euro. Okay. Really sorry, the network is not USD is high, but you don't want. Okay, see if I coming from this swing high, you can see if I as the premium area, right? You can see there's a value gap here. So price value gap. Yes, so swing the Euro market price. So I would advise to buy all that is to get the trader start buying. Don't fall for that trap. Don't fall for that trap. They want you to buy. This network is very, very, very bad. Okay, well, let's look at gold. Someone said on GBP card. Let's look at GBP card. GBP card. GBP card is bullish at the moment. GBP card is bullish. Let's start with the daily. GBP card is bullish. But if you want to buy GBP card, I think GBP card is going to come clear the liquidity residing at this previous high. GBP card is likely going to go clear the liquidity residing at this previous high. Okay. But you should wait for a reversal before you buy. Okay, so this is what we have on the 4-hour time frame. Let's go to 1 hour. Okay, this is what we have on 1 hour. Let's see 15 minutes. Let's see, I want to identify the fair value gap. So if you want to buy GBP card, I would advise you wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap before you buy. Sorry guys, the network is very bad, very bad. Just managing it. Okay, so if you want to buy GBP card, I would advise you wait for price to pull back into this zone before you buy. As you can see, we have a fair value gap here. Price has just filled that fair value gap, so it's like the price will retrace from that area. You can see, so it's going to retrace. You could be considering buying from this zone. Okay, if you're not buying from this zone, it could also come for, because if you see what's taken out here, they've done here is clear buy side liquidity. They've cleared this buy side liquidity, and the next they do is sell side. Side liquidity might come for this, or will come by the liquidity on the sell side. So I want to see them played buy side. If not ability, they will come for these moves before being bullish. I hope that is clear. So GBP card is buy, but you should wait for a retracement, because if you buy from the current market price 85, you'll be taking a risk of say 30 pips. But patiently wait for price to pull back to this area. Okay, they are going to come for this sell side liquidity. Wait for that to happen before you take the trade. Okay, GBP card is buy. It's buy. It's buy. Let's see Australian dollar USD. So this is what we have on GBP. Let's start with the daily. Australian dollar is buy. Okay, Australian dollar USD is buy, and I think Australian dollar USD is coming for this high today. If you want to buy, that should be your target, 6538, which is about 90 pips from the current market price. Okay, it's a buy. Let's go down to 4 hour. After the close of yesterday candle, let's see the pattern we had on 4 hour. Let's see. So this is what we had yesterday. You can see we had a spinning bottom. The next candlestick closed bullish. It closed bullish, and this morning the first thing they did was to compare the liquidity residing at this previous low. You can see they cleared the liquidity. Okay, so let's go down to 1 hour. 1 hour, and okay, so Australian dollar USD is buy. It is buy. Remember, dollar is weak, but I would like to see price pull back. Let me go down to 15 minutes. I would like to see price retrace to fill fair value gap is created on 1 hour or 15 minutes. Okay, cool. This will be where I will be considering. Okay, this will be a good area to consider buying Australian dollar. Okay, price needs to pull back to test this fair value gap. It should come to fill this fair value gap. That is where I will be considering buying Australian dollar USD. Okay, that's where I'll be considering buying Australian dollar USD. I hope that is clear, Ebuka. I hope that is clear. Okay. So that's my take for Australian dollar USD. If you want to buy, wait for price to pull back to this zone before you buy. And if you are buying from that zone, stop loss should be at this low. 3 pips below this low. Okay, so that's my take on Australian dollar USD. Look for buys on Australian dollar USD. Please give the video a thumbs up if you haven't. Give it a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up. Okay. And if it's the first time participating on the live stream. Please, can you all hear me? Mr. Rotesco says he can't hear me. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please confirm. Everything is okay at my hand here. Everything is okay at my hand here. Please confirm. Can you hear me? Ebuka, Mr. Mayor, can you hear me? Please drop a comment if you can hear me. Mr. Rotesco says there is no sound. Please confirm, please. Okay, so that's my take on Australian dollar USD. So let's look at gold. Okay, as you can see, gold is bullish. Gold is bullish. All right, good. Okay, you can hear me now. All right, so gold is bullish. Gold is bullish. You can see on a daily time frame, gold just filled a fair value gap. Can you see that? It's just filled a fair value gap. Gold is bullish, and gold is likely going to clear this previous high. Gold might clear these highs today. It might. Okay, so let's go down to 4 hour after the close. Okay, this is what we have on 4 hour time frame on gold. Okay, so let's go down to 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. Let's see, 15 minutes. Okay, so if you want to buy gold, I would advise you wait for price to pull back. Okay, wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap. This is where you should be considering buying gold if you want to buy gold. Okay, consider buying gold from this zone. What I see that has played out in the market this morning is this. You can see we had liquidity residing at this high. That was yesterday night. So this is the Asian range. You can see this is the Asian range. So what they've done this morning was to clear liquidity residing at this high. They've cleared buy side liquidity, and they will definitely come for the sell side liquidity, which is residing at this previous low. That's what I see playing out on gold. They are coming for the liquidity residing at this previous low. They've cleared buy side. They are coming for sell side liquidity. So this would be the best area to consider buying gold. Okay, that's my take on gold. If you want to buy gold, wait for price to pull back to this zone before you buy gold. Any question? If you have any question, let me know. Let me know if you have any question. Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Is there any other pair you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. Any question, let me know. US Tech 100. That's US 100, right? That's US 100. Am I correct? Are you referring to this? So you can see it is bullish. It is bullish. It is bullish, but I would not advise that you buy from the current market price. It is bullish, but you can't be buying from the current market price. You can see where price is now. If I'm to take any trade on this pair, I'll be looking for sales. And that sales could be a retracement. Yeah, that sales could be retracement. Okay, that sell could be a retracement. Okay, so I want to see price pull back. It has cleared external range liquidity. It should pull back to fill at least. If you want to buy, you should wait for price to pull back to this area. Okay, this fair value gap. This would be a good zone to consider buying it. Okay, wait for price to pull back to this zone or this level here, this fair value gap. This would be a good zone to take buys on US 100. Okay, that's my take. It is bullish, but if you want to buy, you wait for price to pull back to this zone. Okay, that's my take. Let me see the weekly chart. Okay, so wait for this zone before buy. It is bullish. Price is fair value gap. Before it closes below, if a 4-hour candle closes low or inside that fair value, then you could take a sell. Look for sales. If a 4-hour closes or okay, that's my take on US 100. That's my take on US 100. I think today's session, the network is really poor. And that's due to the weather. It's due to the weather. So I want to appreciate you for your participation. Please, if you're yet to do the video on so for today, I really appreciate you all. Do have a wonderful day.